So hello and welcome back down the plot. So this is going to be filmed the same time, or same day as a plot tour. I'm not sure whether that's going to be on here before or after this video. So what I thought I'd do today is firstly get some salad planted. That's going to be in the veg pod. It has lost its lid, but I'm still going to use it as a big bed. Because it's got the water tanks under, it means that it can keep stuff well watered, which I think is particularly useful for salad crops. Particularly going through the summer, because they tend to dry out quite easily. Plus, they're something that I use a lot of at home. So if I can get away with reducing what I have to buy at the supermarket, and I can just come down and get a fresh salad, then that's ideal. And it's a nice, easy thing to get planted off right at the start of the year as well. So let's go and have a look at what salad I'm going to be planting. So this is the salad that I'm going to be growing this year. So it's a grow mat. You may remember I bought these a couple of years ago on offer, as you know, most things that I buy are on offer at some place. I think these reduced from £4 or £5, something like that. They do show as being, you know, out of date, plant by December 2020. I planted some of these last year and they grew fine. Just like most seeds, if they're out of date, they'll be fine. Worst comes to worst, they might just not germinate quite as well. So in this one we have we've got some rocket in here. I can't remember what else was in this one. What does it say? It does. So it contained red and green salad, Mizuna, rocket and spinach. And like I say, this grew really well last year and it's a nice selection as well. So I am going to start getting that planted. I don't have my tripod with me. To be honest, it's been so long since I filmed a video down here that I kind of forgot what I need to bring along. So I'll try and get this in a good position to film, but if not, we'll see afterwards. So what I'm going to do to start with, I'm just going to move a load of the covering soil away, just so we've got something to cover the seed mat with. As you can probably see, the compost underneath is quite moist. You can see lots of little kind of white roots. These are all from the salad crops that were in here last year, so I'm not particularly worried. If these were to sprout, it's just going to be more salad. I did look yesterday, there was no weeds in here when I moved all the salad crops over. So let's unfold this seed mat. Okay, so I think what we'll do, we've got enough that we can split this in half and do two kind of rows. So what I'm going to do is move all of the soil over to one side. Lay my seed mat down. And I have bought some scissors with me actually, so I can cut this straight across. There we go. So I'm going to get this right up to the edges. There we go, and we can just start covering this back over. Okay, and then we're going to repeat and do the same on the other side. It's all going to get moved across. And we're just going to roll the seed mat out and get it right up to the edge. There we go. And I'm going to start covering it back up again. And what I really do like about these seed mats is everything is well spaced and nicely in rows as well, which is something I'm really bad at doing. I like to just chuck things in because it seemed easier at the time, but then you do end up with random things coming up everywhere. But at least with these it's nice and organised. Right, and there we go. So I will give that a bit of a water, not too much because this soil is quite damp already, but hopefully we should have lots of salad very soon. And there we go. It looks like I've done nothing to it, but we've managed to get several rows of different salad crops all planted out in nice neat rows in the space of 3-4 minutes. So I look forward to eating those. So now we've got those seeds for the salad planted, what I thought I'd do is look at where I was going to plant some of my new bits. So I wanted to get some broad beans in the ground and look at getting my onions and garlic. I know garlic's a little bit late to be planting, but I managed to get some cheap, so I want to get it in the ground. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If it does, it does. I found when I plant them this time of year, normally I just get one big garlic clove, but I have to wait and see. So you may have seen on my tour that some of the beds on plot 89 had started falling apart, so I was going to redo those. So as I was thinking, I was about to go and clear one to put the broad beans in, and thought if I put these in, then it's just going to ruin my plans for kind of redoing that area. So I'm getting rid of those beds. I'll show you which ones I mean. So these are the beds that I mean. These are the ones that are sort of halfway up plot 89 that were hastily put together a few years ago, and they were all put together with this feather edge, which is obviously designed for making fence panels. Not ideal for this, but they were cheap at the time and an easy way to make some cheap beds. So what I'm doing at the moment, as you can see, I've got the rotavator out and I'm clearing all of these. So this area, it's worth noting, hadn't been a lot of weeds here. That is one problem with rotavating. You can kind of chop up lots of roots and end up with 1,000 times as many weeds as you started with. Because I've been using this area for quite a while, there's grass here, but that's grass that I planted. So hopefully if I get this clear, I'll rake out as much as I can. I tend to rotivate a couple of times, rake all the stuff out in between and get most of the roots out, and then I can just put some new beds here and make sure that I keep on top of the weeds to stop them growing back. And doing this does mean that I can look at where I put my footpaths in between beds, which I didn't do last time, and I had trouble getting the lawnmower down to actually cut the grass. So I'm going to get back on with rotavating and we will see where we get to. So here we go. It's taken quite a while. I've probably been going at this for an hour and a half now, because I am having to kind of stop every few minutes just to catch my breath. We've gone over it once with the rotavator and raked once so far, so there's at least one more going over the rotavator and at least another raking, possibly one more, but we'll see. Like I say, I'm taking it nice and slow. As you probably hear, I'm getting out of breath exceptionally easy, but it's starting to look a bit more like something's going on here now. And here we go. This is after the third going over with the rotavator. So I've gone lengthways, widthways, and then lengthways again, just to kind of try and get any lumps and bumps out. It's been raked, as you can see. I've got a large amount of grass and roots and stuff out. But like I said, luckily, some of these beds have been no-dig beds before, so the amount of weeds was kind of minimal, really. That's probably all I'm going to do for today. I'm away for the next few days, so this is going to be left. All the roots and stuff on the top can be left to dry out, and I'll come and rake it again before I look at what beds I'm going to put in here. So yeah, there we go. So there we go, that is it for today. I'm going to head off home because I am knackered. As I sort of mentioned, I've been ill for quite a while, so I get really tired really quickly doing stuff, and I've not really done that much physical activity for a while, and certainly not down here either, especially not in hot weather. I haven't really been watching people's YouTube videos recently because I couldn't get down here myself, and I just find if I can't get down and do the allotment in, it just makes me feel sad that I can't get here really if I'm watching everyone's videos. So I am starting to watch videos again. I will be catching up. I might not comment on everyone's videos like I normally do, but rest assured I am watching everything. It's going to take me a while to catch up, but there we go. And hopefully I'm away for a week, but then I'll be back in a week's time. I'll have a bit of time to get beds sorted on this area and get planting for the year. So that's it for today. So thank you for watching. Take care. Happy allotmenting.